They're prohibited riff.
What happened here? Oh, no, I don't need presentation. Thank you. Just for me. All right, so I was sitting around trying to figure out, right, I really wanted to capture the crux of what I experienced here. And just thinking about past life experiences, I'll share a little bit about myself. I'm born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. So I grew up on the south side of the city. And growing up, my dad used to sell at a flea market. It's a famous flea market that was there, started in the 1920s by Jewish immigrants called Maxwell Street. Anybody who's seen the movie Blues Brothers was made famous there, right? It was the Franklin's thing. And I thought about it, and I used to sit, my dad used to have to stand there, and I used to sit with him every Sunday. And it was right next to the blues bands that were there. It was part of my life. It was something that I just thought was normal. Grew up a little bit later, realized my childhood was anything but normal, but that's a different sad story. One day, I researched the history behind it. I'm a little bit of a history nerd myself. And I realized, right, that was started by immigrants here who wanted a place to exchange goods, and they would trade stories, they would talk about their week. It was a day of rest within Jewish culture, right? And it kept going. It was inertia that was created. As the years went by, the demographics of the city changed, right? There was this influx of black folks coming from the South because of the Industrial Revolution, and in the 70s and 80s, there was a large immigrant population from Mexico predominantly. So the demographics changed, the way that people look changed, but the idea didn't change. There was still a Sunday that was dedicated for folks showing up, crack of dawn, selling knockoff goods, cheap goods, food, music, blues music specifically, right? Where it became this marketplace of ideas and stories. And I think that's powerful, where a group of people can come together and start creating these connective tissues. I really love the phrase, it's so from Chris. And have this inertia that just prevails within a community, right? Regardless of the time frame, regardless of what the community itself looks like. And it hit me that this is what we were doing here, right? We were creating the connective tissue and starting that inertia within the organization to be those agents of change. Because 5 years from now, this is going to be different. A good chunk of us are not going to be here, right? But the ripple, that inertia of what we're creating, that's going to be here. And I think that's powerful, being at the apex of that, right? Being at the crux, the very beginning, that initial pebble in the pond, so to speak. So, all that said, I said, you know what, this is just perfect. Past life, I fancy myself a guitar player, and I love blues. So, put a little something together, expressing kind of what I went through here with all of you, and sharing the past 6 months. So. Around one day, minding my own business with my product manager, and Ryan comes to me and says, "You need to learn some leadership today." Don't embarrass me, guy. So I hop on a plane to Baltimore, meet up with Blair and Steven. I start my journey about expanding the mind, learn about HPDI and ADPAR. Conflict resolution and smart goal setting. Role playing and thinking about where we fit in. With vertical teams, horizontal lanes, and OKRs. Let me tell you about my favorite part though. What gave me that aha moment? The whole brain model. Tell me who I am. Turns out I'm a dreamer, a little bit artistic. And he gave me the tools I need to engage. So HPDI says I'm comfortable living in the future. Seeing all the possibilities. Decision making is imaginative, risk taking and forward thinking. Problem solving is intuitive and creative. This checks out how many times Ryan yells at me. it turns out, I'm gonna be a little bit musical too. So what does this mean? What's the point of all this? Do I think I'm a better leader in the here and now? How will I grow and take this back with me? Will my OKRs ever get better? But I think when it comes down to it, the most important thing is will Larry and Ryan be smiling after Q1?
Wow. Brilliant.